creatures of the night. It's your girl Tati. We got to talk about AEW Dynasty and our predictions. Before I go ahead and put my predictions, go ahead down below in the comment section. Let me know who you think is going to be the winners for the AEW Dynasty pay-per-view or any other predictions in between. I think it's going to be a really interesting show. Despite me feeling like this is a filler pay-per-view, this is the first Dynasty pay-per-view. So I'm curious to see what happens because this is right before Double or Nothing. I don't really expect to see huge things when it comes to this pay-per-view. Now, before I get into my predictions for Dynasty, I just wanted to quickly mention a couple of things. One being, every time AEW has a pay-per-view, they have a sale. They have 25% off on their website right now for merchandise. So if y'all interested and y'all looking for a little discount, 25% off they got going on Shop AEW. They got some really great stuff. I've purchased a lot of things from over there. They ain't paying me, so let me not go into details about what they got going on over there on that website. Now, another thing that I do want to mention is that you don't have to suffer with Bleacher Report like how I did and a whole bunch of us did the last pay-per-view. Now, there are a little bit more options. So we do have Bleacher Report still being an option. We also have, obviously, cable and satellite where you can purchase the pay-per-view. Also, Dave & Buster's nationwide do air at their locations. I do recommend taking a look or maybe giving a call for certain locations because you just never know what's going on. Triller TV also is airing not just internationally, but for those in the US as well. And YouTube is finally an option. So not for every country, though. You're going to have to check and see if your country is one of those few countries that will be able to watch the pay-per-view from YouTube. And also we got payperview.com. And we do have a few international markets as well. And that includes YouTube, Triller TV, payperview.com, and Sky. So there's a little bit more options this time in comparison from before because Bleacher Report done fucked up everything for everybody. Now, I do think that, this pay-per-view here, it's like one of those things where it's like, all right, we don't really have anything to do in between Revolution and Dynasty. Let's give them a little something in the meantime. So my opinion, not expecting anything huge. However, we still got our predictions to give. So let's talk about this pay-per-view. First match, we do have the 0 Hour. Okay, so we got 3 matches have been announced for 0 Hour. We got Trent Beretta versus Matt Sidell, which is interesting. The other night, Trent Beretta had attacked Matt Sidell and Christopher Daniels while they went to go help Orange Cassidy from getting his ass whooped from Shane Taylor Promotions. So since he put his nose into their business or whatever, now Trent Beretta is going to whoop his ass. I do see Trent Beretta taking the win at the 0 Hour. Trent, Matt, very great performers. In my opinion, they have not yet received their flowers with pro wrestling at this point. And I want to see more from them. They're just so amazing. I would love to see them win some gold. That would be nice. Now we also have, we're the 0 Hour. Orange Cassidy and Shibata are teaming up against Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty. What is this? Do I even have to say what I think is going to happen here? Obviously, Orange Cassidy, Shibata is going to take the win. And it's just predictable shit. I'm already over it. Now, we do have another 0 Hour match. And that's going to be the Acclaim and Daddy Ass versus Bullet Club Gold. Now, this is title for title. So whoever wins this match is going to be able to have both sets of titles, the trios titles, and also have the Ring of Honor 6-man tag championship. In my opinion, whoever wins, which neither of them deserve to win, they just unify these titles, and whoever those winners are will be able to go between Ring of Honor and AEW and put those titles on the line, because really it doesn't really feel like there's that many trios between both promotions anyway. I'm just absolutely over this whole little storyline thing. I think it had potential to being a bigger story. The issue is that neither of those teams had barely, when I say barely, defended any of those titles. Matter of fact, Bullet Club Gold only defended titles one time, and it was a very last second thing that they did at the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view. And then here is Daddy Ass and the Acclaim. They've had the title since I believe All In, and they've done nothing with it. Probably defend them maybe 5 times, and I'm being very generous by saying 5. I personally don't care who takes the win between these two teams. It doesn't really matter to me. Tony Khan, come up with something to do with these titles, because this shit is just not working. Now on to the main card. I don't believe we'll see another match added for 0 Hour. Hook and Chris Jericho. I don't care about this. I really don't care about this. Y'all saw how things played out on Dynamite, and I thought that it absolutely sucked with the storyline. The acting was so horrible. Don't care about this at all. Like, what does Hook gain by having Chris Jericho being in his corner? What does Chris Jericho gain by having Hook in his corner? Like, he's forcing Hook to want to work with him or whatever. It's so freaking cringy. Doesn't make sense. FTW title is on the line. Do y'all see Chris Jericho at 168 years old winning this FTW title right now? For what? Does that even make sense? I don't think anybody's truly interested in this match. I do see Hook retaining the title. Now, another match I don't care for, FTR versus the Young Bucks in a ladder match, which is interesting because I think they just announced that on Dynamite that this match is going to be ladder matches. Is for the World Tag Team Championship. You guys already know Sting, Darby Allin had vacated these titles after winning them at Revolution, and which I already knew was going to happen to begin with. So now they had a stupid ass tournament for no fucking reason, when all along it was going to go right back to either being to the Young Bucks or FTR. And in my opinion, I could care less about either of these teams. They are talented, but Tony Khan, we're 5 years deep and we're getting the same shit again and again and again with the same people winning titles. I'm over it. I would prefer to see FTR take the win, but I absolutely see the Young Bucks winning this. And for that reason, I really just don't care about it. Tony Khan, you want more people to watch your show? Give us something new. All right, so now we have the AEW Women's Championship on the line. We have timeless Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa. Toni Storm better retain. Okay, I really don't see Thunder Rosa winning this. Like, Toni Storm character is just absolutely amazing right now. If she were to lose this, she must be injured or something like that. Like, I really don't see why they would take this title off of her. I've been absolutely enjoying her. I know a lot of people are not feeling the whole timeless Toni Storm thing, but she's absolutely making it work, and she's one of the few females with a thought out character, and I think it's really, really entertaining. I would prefer to see Toni Storm win. I don't see Thunder Rosa taking the win here. All right, so now we have the International Championship on the line. Our champion Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. I'm really disappointed in this. I'm really disappointed. Not that I didn't want to see them go against each other. They have such a rich history together, and for them to throw this on like last second, it's kind of like a slap to the face, where it's just like, whoa, out of all the history that they have together, and this really feels last minute to me. I would have loved a stronger, longer build with this. They could have dragged this out to Double or Nothing. I'm guessing Double or Nothing's next month. They could have dragged it out, but they didn't. I see Roderick Strong retaining here. I do really like that he has the title. Anybody but Orange Cassidy at this point. But Roderick Strong, I feel like he's fit for the title. Would love to see him do a little bit more in the ring, have a little bit more promos. But Kyle O'Reilly just got here. I don't really see him winning. He's been injured for God knows how long, 2 years or something like that? Like, he's been gone for a long time. he's gotten back in the ring and he's really getting into the swing of things. You can see him getting a little bit more comfortable each time he gets in the ring. But in terms of being a champion right now, I don't see him winning that at all. Matter of fact, you guys already know we have the Undisputed Kingdom, we have Wardlow. Adam Cole is crippled, so he can't do anything. So, Roderick got help. He's going to end up retaining this title. Now, we have the AEW Continental Championship on the line. We have Pac versus the champion, Kazuchika Okada. I don't see Pac winning this either. Pac has been gone for quite some time. He's had back-to-back injuries, and I don't know. Like, it's too soon for him to pick up a win. Okada just won this. I don't even think he's even had a title defense when it comes to this title. I'm not 100% sure, but I like him. I love how he is. I don't necessarily care too much about him being with Matthew and Nicholas, but in terms of being a heel, I just love every time he takes the win and he just gives that evil, devilish, kind of cute smile. And I don't know what it is about Okada. He's very talented. Definitely one of the best people that AEW could have signed to the company. 14.5 million though is wild, but I can see him holding on to the title, especially if the Young Bucks win the tag titles. Oh, he's retaining. Absolutely. But I love Pac. I would love to see him win the title. This just ain't his time. So now we have trios action. We have Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe versus House of Black. Wow, what can I say about this? I don't know. So Mark Briscoe's been having beef with House of Black for a while. He's been on his own after somehow, some way, FTR done moved on, but Mark Briscoe is still in the beef by himself, which is interesting. However, Eddie Kingston joins in, and Adam Copeland joins in to help Mark Briscoe as well. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. I really love what we saw with Adam Copeland and Brody King. I thought they were really, really great together. I would love to see Adam Copeland and Malachi Black one-on-one. I don't think we're going to get that. Maybe, you know what? If the beef keep going, maybe Double or Nothing, we could see Adam Copeland and Malachi Black by then. It would be great for them to continue something from whatever happens during this match. Whoever wins doesn't really matter to me. I personally, it doesn't matter. I would like to see House of Black take this win. I can see the babyface team taking the win here, but this would be a really great win for House of Black to take. I don't know if that's the route they're going to go with, but I really do feel like House of Black, everyone in that team just looked like fucking monsters, and I love it. However, it's still questionable as in, well, who is House of Black? You know what I mean? And they just need so much more in terms of their character, who they are as a group. I think they could really use a better presentation as well, especially if Tony Khan wants these guys to, re-sign their contracts whenever those things are up. They have to be presented a lot better for the audience. A lot of other trios and teams needs that too, where it's like, okay, you got something really interesting with this group. What more can you give? And there's so many things that they can do, so many possibilities. I would love to see House of Black take the win here, but I see the baby faces taking the win. I don't know. I like all of these guys here. House of Black needs this though. So now we got a TBS title on the line. We have Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale absolutely is taking this win, and I hate situations like this. I think this is the only title change we're going to see on this pay-per-view, and I'm going to tell you why, at least for this match, I believe Willow's going to take the win. It is very apparent that they are moving towards Willow and Mercedes having a feud. They sort of already have one. Long story short, New Japan Open women's title that they had, openweight women's title that they had, they were doing the inaugural thing, and they had 4 women going for the title. There was like a mini tournament, and Willow was against Mercedes, and it really, really, really looked like Mercedes was the one to win the whole damn thing. Mercedes, I don't know if her ankle was broken or whatnot, but obviously she got injured and she got back in the ring just to pretty much get pinned. She didn't want to just, forfeit the match and then Willow just win. I think she did something credible and get into the ring and at least get pinned to lose. Now, Willow ended up having that title, I want to say, for maybe a month. And it was great for her to have. And since then, AEW haven't done shit with her, real talk. But anyway, here we are, months later. And obviously, now you're seeing that they're really doing this thing with Willow and Mercedes. And I really do feel like Willow's going to win this just so that it could be given to Mercedes at Double or Nothing. They're absolutely, I want to say, maybe wasting Mercedes by not doing anything at all. And I think that's really interesting because now it makes me feel like, are you still hurt? You're not cleared, are you? We're just making sure that you're on TV getting the storyline cooked up while you're really not cleared to be in the ring yet. They're probably expecting for her to be cleared at least by the pay-per-view. And honestly, that's unfortunate because I would love to see her in action. A lot of people want to see her in action, but they're slow burning this thing. Willow, I believe she's going to take the win, but I have to say this, Julia Hart, one of the only females that AEW have built up very strongly. And I wish she had a better run with the title, because at some point it may seem like she probably was injured, or maybe they were just focusing on other girls a little bit more than Julia. But the build to get to where she was at to get that title, absolutely amazing. And that first month or so with the title, it just been absolutely just amazing. So kudos to Julia Hart. However, Willow Nightingale definitely won't take the win on this one. So now, definitely what's probably gonna, well, let me not say probably, what's gonna be the match of the night, Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay. Oh, Lord have mercy. Who's the winner here? We are the winner for having to witness something like this. In my opinion, I feel like Bryan Danielson is definitely, y'all know I love Bryan. He's not going to take the win. He's definitely, it's almost like a passing the torch type of thing. Y'all already know Bryan Danielson already pretty much got a foot out the door at this point. This is supposed to be his last year as a full-time wrestler, and they keep emphasizing last year as a full-time wrestler. They always say it this way because I do believe that Bryan will, at times, make these part-time appearances or come out of the blue once in a while or whatnot. I don't think he's going to be fully retired, which is why they keep saying as a full-time wrestler. Anyway, this is going to be match of the night for sure. Maybe match of the year candidate for me. And many others as well. I personally seen Bryan taking the loss here. Will Ospreay is the new guy coming in. He's going to be that guy to rise to the top. Hopefully, while I do love Will, I'm afraid that he might be, I guess, risen to the top very, very quickly. And other people who like Swerve may not. I don't know. That might be an issue for some of these other guys who already have been in the company for quite some time. But Will Ospreay is a tremendous wrestler. If anybody have not seen him, y'all gotta look up some highlight videos on YouTube. There are plenty of Will Ospreay. This guy is absolutely amazing. Definitely, for me, had two of the best. My top two favorite matches, best matches of 2023. Both from Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, the one from Forbidden Door and Wrestle Kingdom 17. Absolutely amazing matches. And Bryan Danielson had some amazing matches last year as well. So these two guys are going to give us something so amazing. I cannot wait to see how these two go. Now for our main event, the AEW World Championship. Oh man, Swerve Strickland versus Samoa Joe. You guys, so I'm really excited to see where Swerve career is going to go. That much I can say. There's something so special about this guy. I hope all the best when it comes to his career. Samoa Joe is another one that I like as well. And I was kind of hoping that he would be, at least after MJF, to get the title, because I felt like Joe has the top guy written all over him. You know what I mean? Especially as a heel. I absolutely love his presence. I love the way he speaks. Like, he has this commanding aura about him. And I don't want it to feel like Samoa Joe's like a transitional champion. He absolutely deserved to be where he is. And I would love to see him have some time with that title. But with that being said, everybody wants Swerve. Well, I can't say everybody, but most people seem to want Swerve to win this title. And for me, I really do believe when it comes to pro wrestling, everybody always want to complain about Tony Khan and booking, and when it comes to booking too, people got to realize that timing is important. Not just because, well, this is my favorite guy, this is the upcoming guy, I want to see him win, but when it happened, has to make sense. And in my opinion, I think it would be best if I was booking it. I would book Samoa Joe to take the win here. Not only that, what I'm hoping would also happen to further the story, while some people are probably not wanting to see Hangman. I'm not a fan of Hangman my damn self. I think it would be really great if, just when it seems like the title is just in arm's length to Swerve Strickland, we have Hangman who ruins it for him. And remember, Hangman pretty much already told Swerve that no matter what, I'm going to be like your fucking shadow, and I'm going to make sure that no matter what opportunity you go for, I'm going to make sure I take it from you. And I'm really hoping that actually happens. Do I want Swerve to win? Yes, I want him to win. Just not this time. Dynasty pay-per-view, all places. If people want to see Swerve win, no way. I would prefer him to take the win at a bigger pay-per-view. With that being said, that would definitely further the story with Swerve and Hangman. And I think that this is a good thing, because we need stories. People are always complaining about the booking, the lack of stories. Let this thing play out some more. I would love to see if after Joe, Hangman gets it. Now this right here, when Swerve finally wins that, beats Hangman for it, it's going to be such a bigger moment because of how the story from the beginning to how long it's ran with the story. And for that, finally, when he gets that moment to take it from Hangman, it's going to mean so much more than if he would have taken it from Samoa Joe at the fucking Dynasty pay-per-view. Like, come on now. I personally think that both of these guys are amazing. This is gonna be one of the best matches on the card for sure. I can't say it's gonna be better than Ospreay and Danielson, but they can prove me wrong. Who knows? But Joe, like I said, I think he needs more time with this title. I wish the company had given him a little bit more time to do more as a champion, and unfortunately, it hasn't happened like that. And that's what I really want. I want more when it comes to being a champion in AEW. Sometimes it just seems like we're just passing titles around and nothing really means anything about having these titles. I won a title, and that's it. Where's the stories? Where is what makes people feel like, yes, so and so is our champion, or the hate of, I can't stand this guy, I hate this guy, I hate that he's our champion, where you have this monster heel. It doesn't really feel like there's these, I don't know, big champions. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be a lot more when it comes to having somebody holding a title. And I want to see a little bit more from Samoa Joe. I know he could do more, but at the end of the day, it's really how the company books these guys to look. And I just feel like it hasn't been strong. It hasn't been strong at all. Now, pay-per-view, as always, sometimes these pay-per-views just be like, okay, what the fuck is this? But then these guys and girls, they get on and they put on a fucking show every single time. Maybe one other time I kind of felt like I didn't care about a pay-per-view, but every other time, AEW pay-per-views have been absolutely amazing in terms of the wrestlers' performances. Say what y'all want about Tony Khan's shitty ass booking. He has an amazing roster, and they always show up and show out every single time. So I know this is going to be great. Guys, please go down below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen at the pay-per-view. I will be live on Sunday doing a watch along, so come see me then. Bye.